morning, everybody, all the beautiful, darling ladies. I was thinking I also have to say gentlemen, but they've all gone out. I can only address you, so that's very nice. I'm so happy to be here today. Very happy Women's Day, and today is a very important day because it's also Mahashivaratri. Shakti illamal Shivan illai. அதனால ரெண்டும் சேர்ந்து இன்னைக்கு both of them are together. We are celebrating, so that itself is a great thing for us. It's a wonderful day. And I thought instead of speaking a lot of theory about mind power, I'm just going to give you some examples. I started this Alpha Mind Power class in the year 2000. For the last 24 years, I've been teaching many classes, many students, etc. So today, I thought what we really need is to be more empowered, for your minds to become more powerful, because I know how difficult CA is. Many of you are studying, I think. And very proudly, I can share with you here today, this is the best platform to say this. Many of my students, they've learned various techniques from me how to improve the mind power while studying. Every year, at least 2 or 3 people will write an email to me and say, ma'am, I used all your techniques and I cleared CA final in one attempt. That is something which, I don't understand how difficult it is, but from what they say, I know that it is very difficult, and they've been able to use the mind power techniques, and with that they've been able to, I think volume is less
can increase the volume.
So with that, they've been able to really do very well. So to that extent, when you learn some meditation, use some mind power techniques, life can change completely. That is the truth which I have seen all along in my life, and I have taught people also. So for the examples now, first of all, what is the mind and what is the power of the mind? To just explain that to you, this example. There was a lady in London who was very allergic to roses, and all of us know London is a place where the climate is so good for roses, because the climate is like that, everyone has rose plants. But this lady was allergic to roses, so she could not keep even one rose near her. Immediately she will have the symptoms of allergy, sneezing, eyes will water, face becomes red, everything. So she never had any rose plants in her house. And she was working in a concern, so one day she had to attend a conference. She went to the conference hall, which had a huge long table. As soon as she entered the hall, she just got so upset because the whole table was decorated with hundreds of roses. The moment she saw that, she said, I can't withstand even one rose. How am I going to sit here for the whole day and attend the meeting? It's going to be very difficult for me. It's going to be a bad day for me. I'm going to be absolutely down with this. With all these thoughts, she found her chair, allotted chair. She sat down there. She kept looking at those roses. Immediately, all the symptoms of the allergy started. Eyes started watering, face became red, and she started sneezing. Then she took out her tissue. She couldn't even lift her head. So she was just wiping her face and all that, and really struggling with it. At that moment, the meeting had not yet started. Then at that moment, one gentleman got up to go out. He was walking behind her. He made a comment. He said, look at those roses. They look almost real. And he walked off. When she heard that comment, she was so stunned. She said, what is he saying? Which means those roses are not real? And then she put her hand out. She touched one rose. It was all artificial roses. But they were made so nicely that they all looked like real roses. So when she saw that, again, now her mind started saying, how can an artificial rose give me allergy? This cannot happen. I am allergic only to real rose, not to artificial rose. So this cannot happen at all. The moment she started thinking like that, all the symptoms of allergy disappeared. And she became quite comfortable. This is a real life incident from a book. So that is the power of the mind. The mind can create diseases. The mind can heal you completely. The mind can create problems for you. And the mind can also find solutions to your problems. That is how powerful our mind is. Now 2 more examples. I thought in the little time that I have, 2 more examples I want to give you, where I counseled people and it brought about a very big change in their life. One was in the year 2001. I was just going to start my class in Tamil. Originally I started in English in 2000, and because of a lot of demand I said, we'll do it in Tamil also. So I was preparing for that. And then there was my interview on Jaya TV, and then there was our ad in the paper. So seeing all this, one lady came to meet me from Kanjipuram, all the way from Kanjipuram. A young lady, 25, 26 years only. She came and sat in front of me and said, I have headache. Throughout the day I have headache. From the moment I wake up, my headache starts till the moment I go to sleep in the night. I am suffering from headache. Those days I used to be called Dr. Vijayalakshmi Panthaiyan because of my psychology PhD. Nowadays I dropped the doctor and started Srimatha because that title was given by a Srimatha Vijayalakshmi practitioner, and for me that is more valuable than the doctorate. So I made it Srimatha Vijayalakshmi. So that time it was Dr. Vijayalakshmi. So when she said headache, I said, see, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm only a PhD doctor, so you should go and see a medical doctor. Then she said, no, I've already seen 4 or 5 medical doctors. They have done all the checkups, everything is normal. So finally, when I met one doctor, he said, nothing is wrong with you physically, something's wrong with your mind. So go and see a psychologist or go and learn meditation, do something like that. So she came to me. And then I started asking her, when you say you have headache like that every day, what is the cause of the headache? There has to be something else in your life. If you are physically normal and the medical doctors have all told you that you are normal, then what else is causing that tension in your nerves? Is there any problem in your life? Then she said, yes, I've been married for 2 years. Her husband was a bus conductor. She was very happy with her married life, there was no problem. But they didn't have a child. She did not conceive in those 2 years. This is about more than 20 years back. Still that mother-in-law tension was so high. Today it has changed a lot, but at that time, her mother-in-law used to come to her house. She and her husband were staying separately. Mother-in-law was nearby. She used to come to her house every day and tell her that you are not conceiving. Something is wrong with you. I will find another girl and get her married to my son. So I will do the second marriage so that he will get a child. I need a varis, a heirloom for my family. So this is how the mother-in-law was talking. And the actual truth was that this lady and her husband went and met the doctors why she was not conceiving, and finally when they checked up both of them, they found that there was a small problem with the husband. Chances of conceiving are there, but not very high. So these two people came to terms with it, and they said, even if we don't have a child, it's all right. We are happy with each other, so that's fine. But they didn't want to tell the mother-in-law that something's wrong with the boy. She will not accept it. She all along believed that because if she did not conceive, it was something wrong only with the girl. So now this girl said, I'm afraid I will lose my life. Another marriage, then that's it. I don't know where I will be. So that is making me so tensed. Then I told her that same Sunday I had the class in Tamil. So I told her, please attend the class. Learn some techniques. You can handle your mother-in-law and you can change your mind. Conceiving will come later, but first of all, handle your mother-in-law. So she came for the class, attended, learnt all the small techniques that I teach and the meditation also. And that's it. After about 2 months, she came all the way from Kanjipuram again to meet me. And she said, I came to tell you what happened when I started meditating and using the techniques. I said, what happened? She said, every day as soon as my husband goes to work, I will sit and meditate as you taught me. The audio is given to them. So she said, I listen to the audio, alpha meditation I do. And at the end of it, she said, I will think of my mother-in-law and shower white light on her, green light on her, pink light. As I teach metaphysics also. So I shower all the colors on her and I tell her that please don't talk about second marriage. Just leave us alone. I keep on saying that, showering colors. She said, after 1 week, there was a change in my mother-in-law. She was coming to our house every day. She'll come and scold me and go. That was the usual routine. But now she started coming and talking to me nicely. She started smiling at me. Now she said, I have a different kind of problem. I said, what? She said, every day my mother-in-law comes and says, why are you washing clothes? Shall I wash your clothes for you? Shall I do your cooking for you? Shall I help you? So that has become too much now, she says, and that was how it ended like that. Of course, after that I didn't meet her, but then this was the beautiful change that was created simply by meditating for about 15-20 minutes and using these techniques. That was one example I wanted to tell you, because most of the time I always say problems are created in life only by human beings. See, if a washing machine is not working, yes, there is some discomfort, we have to do the work, all that is fine. But you will not break down and cry. Nobody will break down and cry. You will see what you can do with that machine. A TV doesn't work, we don't sit and cry. But if somebody says something, then it breaks your heart. So that is when we need this mind power, these techniques with which you can even create changes in the other person's mind. Now this was about creating a change in somebody else's mind. The next example I will tell you is about how to create changes in yourself, which can change everybody around you. This is a very, very powerful example. This lady, she came for counseling one day, many years back, 15 years back maybe. As soon as she entered my room, when you look at some people, you get an impression. So when I saw her, I was very impressed because she was nice, tall, fair, with a big bindi, looking like, very established person, very confident person, like that. So when she entered my room, I was so happy to see her. Then she came and sat in front of me and said, I've been waiting to meet you for so many days, I was not getting an appointment, this, that. I said, all right. And then she became silent. I asked, what is your problem? Enna prachana? She broke down and cried. I was so shocked because I never expected that from her. She simply broke down and she started weeping so much. Then I asked her, tell me about your background. Then she said, I have one son and he's in some other city, he's working there. So at home, who are there? She said, myself, husband and father-in-law, 3 of us are there. Then again I asked, what is your problem? Then she said, my husband is an alcoholic. 24 hours he drinks, right from the morning till night, he's continuously drinking. Then I asked, is that your problem? She said, no, that's not my problem. I'm used to it. So I don't mind, let him drink, let him do. I'm not worried about that. Then what is your problem? Is your father-in-law saying something? He said, no. He is very quiet, he simply sits there, no problem. And she was doing her own business, earning in crores. She was a very successful lady and also looking after the house. Then again I asked, then what is your problem? She said, the way my husband talks to me, that is my problem. The way he addresses me, the way he puts me down with bad words, very bad words in front of the servants, in front of the relatives, in front of any guest who comes home, he uses such bad language just to put me down. And she says, I'm not able to take it anymore. I was keeping quiet all these days. She said, I was doing all my work with tears in my eyes, continuously crying and doing all my work. But now she says, I've come to a stage where I cannot take it anymore. I am the one who's working, I am the one who's earning, he's not earning. I am the one who's doing the cooking, he's not doing that. I am the one who's running the house, he's not doing that. So she said, of late my mind has started thinking, for what do I need him? I don't need him for anything. If this one person is not there in my life will become so happy. And my mind, she says, the reason I came to you is, now my mind started thinking, either I should commit suicide or I should kill him. One of the two. I cannot go on like this. So because of that, I know that these thoughts are wrong. I don't know how to change them. That's why I came to you, she said. Now, what will you do if you're in that situation? What can you advise? She was about 56, 57 years old. So you can't say, go and get a divorce. She didn't come to me for that. And you can't say, Paravalamma, Purushandana, adjust pannite, appadi solla mudiyadhu. Because this was too much. And another point which I didn't mention is that she had undergone an open heart surgery. So every day she was taking sleeping pills so that she sleeps properly. And this husband tells her, I don't bother whether you take sleeping pills or anything. Every morning 4:30 you have to get up and make filter coffee for him. Otherwise he will start off his bad words. So every morning after taking the sleeping pills, she'll get up at 4:30. With tears flowing down, she'll make the filter coffee and give him. This was her life. So that is when she came to me and said, I don't know what to do. And I didn't know what to tell her. Because normal other problems, you can say something, you can advise something. Here, either way, it was difficult to speak. So finally, I just said, isn't it some kind of karma that you married this person? She was like, yes, it is my karma. I married this person, my karma. Then I said, why don't you complete that karma completely, fully in this life? Now supposing you kill yourself or you kill him, that karma is unfinished, incomplete. So in the next life, supposing he comes again as husband, what will you do? That's all. You will not believe, I have done counseling for more than 30 years now. But I have never seen an inner transformation happening on the face of a person. When I said this, that transformation happened on her face. She wiped her tears. நீங்க சொல்லிட்டீங்களா 40 காபி கேட்டாலும் தினம் போட்டு கொடுத்து தீர்த்திடுறேன் எந்த ஜென்மத்திலும் வரக்கூடாது. He said, I will make sure it doesn't come in any janma, in any way in my life. 40 copies a day also I will make and give without crying. Then I said, but you stop crying, you be calm, you just finish off this karma. That's all you need. Don't worry about anything else. And in the next moment, she took her bag and she said, okay, bye. And she just flew out of the room. I was left there stunned. I said, what happened? She just went up without saying anything. That's it. She had not attended my class or anything. She just came for counseling. Then the next month she came for my class. She attended the basic class. Then she attended level 2. Then another one. We have so many classes. 18 classes are there today. She attended. And every time she'll say, I'm coming little bit late because I have to finish all the work. And I come as if I'm going to office, so please don't mind. I said, okay. Then after 1 year, she came to see me again. I was again a little worried when I saw her stepping into my room because I thought she was alright. You know, when people don't come back, you feel, generally my counseling is like that, I'm happy to say. With one sitting, normally people become alright, or some progress is there, they don't have to come back. So I was thinking she's okay, but when she came back, I said, oh my God, what happened? She came and said, I didn't come for counseling, I came to thank you. I said, that's very nice, what happened? She said, after I saw you here, I met you and went back. She said, I started making the coffee without crying. Every morning I'll get up, I'll make the coffee and give him. He'll start his bad words. Usually I used to cry, but then now I stopped crying completely, no tears at all. I do my cooking, I do my puja, I go to my office, I do my business, everything. So initially he was using the bad words for about a week, he continued and I didn't cry at all. She said then he started looking at me, why is she not crying? What happened to her? Why is she not crying at all? She used to cry so much, that feeling. Then after 1 week she said slowly the talking came down. And now she said after 1 year I can tell you he's there in the house, he's simply sitting there. But he doesn't talk at all. He doesn't say anything. He's still drinking. That has not changed. But he doesn't say anything, so I'm happy. I do my work, I go to office, I'm absolutely peaceful. And in this 1 year, her father-in-law died suddenly. When her father-in-law died, husband was totally drunk. He could not arrange anything for the funeral also. She said, I did everything. With Alpha, my strength was so much, mental strength was so much, I was able to handle everything, she said. So that was one stage. Then after about another 10 years, 10 or maybe 7 or 8 years, long gap. She brought her friend for counseling, another elderly lady, and she came to see me. I spoke to her friend, and then after some time she said, Ma'am, Guruji, can you remember me? I said, how can I forget you? I was waiting for this to be over, I can never forget you. Then she said, I just want to tell you how things are today. Then I asked her, tell me, I also want to know. Then she said, now slowly he has come to a stage where today when I told him that we are coming to meet you, he said, I will drive you. And he brought us to the office, he's sitting there in your reception. So then I saw in the camera, he was sitting there. So that is the change which came about without talking to his subconscious. See, I teach a lot of techniques. But she didn't do anything. She changed her own thought form that, okay, this is my karma, let me finish it. See, the biggest problem is when things go wrong in life. The problem is not very big. But the question, why me? Why is this happening to me? Why should I suffer like this? That is the biggest problem. And as long as you ask that question to yourself, the suffering will never end. But the moment you accept, okay, this is what I have to undergo, let me do it properly, with a smiling face, with a lot of power, with a lot of courage. The moment you create that little bit of fine tuning in your mind, you will find that you become stable and balanced. And when you become stable and balanced, the people around you will slowly start responding to your energy. So that is how it is. I thought this is one thing I would like to share with you today, that women can become very, very powerful. Women are supposed to be the weaker sex mentally, physically, but I would say mentally today they are becoming very powerful, very empowered. We have just now listened to so many women talking about their own achievements. It's not only that, every woman, I am seeing a cross section of people in my classes, both men and women attend. I have people from the village who don't know how to use a smartphone, because now I do classes only online classes. I'm not traveling. I don't do direct classes because during COVID I dissolved my office, so I'm just doing the online classes on Sundays. So there are a lot of people who wanted to attend, and some of them are in the rural areas. They don't even have a smartphone. But when they wanted to attend this class, I met them in our Teni retreat or Rishikesh retreat. I told them, what is so difficult? Buy a smartphone, learn how to use it, download Zoom, register on our mobile app Alpha Mind Go. That's it, you can attend the class. And so many women are doing it very happily today. So this is just to tell you that we need to make up our minds. And let me leave you with just two thoughts. One is, if you find some discomfort with any human being, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, shower white light on them. You will definitely see a difference. If the person is angry, they will become calm. If the person is very irritated, frustrated also, that they will become calm. If you feel frustrated or irritated, shower white light on yourself. The universe is full of positive energy. We have to grasp that energy, bring it down for us. That's the one thought. And the last thought I would like to leave you with is, always make sure that your happiness is in your hands. Never allow somebody else to control your happiness, because that is the biggest problem I see with women. So and so did not talk to me, that's why I'm sad. Why should you be sad? If they don't talk to you, it is their loss. So and so treated me like this, that's why I'm sad. So what? Let it be. That is their caliber. You understand? But you don't have to become sad. So that is why I say, find your happiness within yourself. With whatever you do your puja, you do your meditation, you listen to music, you do your painting, you do your work. Even work can make you feel very happy. You achieve something in work, you feel happy. So that way, if you have something to hold on, nobody can make you unhappy. And a happy woman is the most powerful person on this earth. You can achieve everything that you want in life. So my blessings to each and every one of you to do your career, to come up very well in your career, and to be very, very empowered. So wishing you a very happy woman.
Thank you so very much, ma'am.
Thank you for the opportunity.
I will now request the Uma Maheshwari from Chengalpattu branch of SRC Icai to present a memento to Srimatha Vijayalakshmi Panthaiyan. Power of the mind. Every human is designed with immense treasure to identify, tap, and succeed. You gave so many instances where we could relate to. It was a wonderful message to take home. Face the karma. Increase the inner strength. Instead of questioning why me, face it. Build the courage and the world will cover the rest of you. Be the master of life and stay happy.